next thing we're going to make is fried corn. Right now I have 2 tablespoons of bacon grease in the pan. This is a 10-inch skillet that I'm using. It is pretty deep. And I'm going to turn the oven on medium-high, in between medium and high, just so the bacon grease can go ahead and break down. I want it to be completely melted before I put my frozen corn in. While this is melting, I'll go over my other ingredients. We're going to use 3 cups of frozen sweet corn. You can use the yellow or the white, whichever one is your favorite. You're going to do 3 cups of very hot water. You're also going to need some garlic powder, some Lawry seasoning salt, and some black pepper. So this is starting to break down. This is bacon grease. You do have the option, if you don't use bacon grease, to use butter. You would use the same amount of butter as you would bacon grease, so about 2 to 3 tablespoons. And this is almost completely melted. Help it out a little bit. Alright, so since that is melted, I'm going to grab my corn. And again, this is frozen corn. If you want to take the time to use corn on the stalk and cut it off, by all means, do your thing. But it's not going to taste any different. And I want to make sure that all of the corn gets coated in that bacon grease. If you're using butter, you want to do the same thing. You want to make sure that it gets a nice coating. And essentially, the corn is going to go ahead and thaw out. And we want the corn to brown. Okay, now that this has started to sizzle and pop a little bit, I turn the heat down to medium. And again, we're wanting this corn to brown a little. You want to get some of those little bits before you let it cook down in the water. And I know the rest of these have been prep videos, but there's no way for me to prep this corn for serving. So we're going to go ahead and cook this. I'm going to store it afterwards and reheat it when it is time to eat. You can do the same, or you can just wait and do this right before you're about to serve your guests. All in all, it takes about 30 minutes, I guess, start to finish. There's essentially really no prep for this one. Just kind of cook and go. My corn has started to brown, so I'm going to do a pass-through of seasoning. We are going to use garlic powder, I'm going to use some Lawry's, touch of pepper, not too much because it will make it spicy. And just for a little color, I'm going to do a little parsley. And parsley is totally optional. I just like it to have just a little color. The corn is well coated in the seasoning. Starting to get some action at the bottom of the pan where it's starting to scrape a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and add in our water. Again, that's 3 cups of hot water. I want this to boil first. So I'm going to turn the heat back up to high. Once it gets a rumble, I'm going to bring the temperature back down, and then we're going to put the lid on it and let it simmer. And then once the water cooks down completely, it is finished and you have your fried corn. So we're going to wait on that rumble, and then we're going to put the lid on and let it simmer. Okay, so we've got us a nice little rumble. I'm going to give this a stir, make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. It is not. And I'm going to put this lid on. I'm going to vent it a little bit. I don't know if you can see. Give it a vent because I want it to have some ventilation. But I'm going to turn this heat down to medium. We're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. You're going to come back and check it. If the water is not gone, then you can crank up the heat a little bit, or you can just put the lid back on and let it simmer slowly. I prefer that method. So I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes and check it, and then we'll see where we're at. It's been 10 minutes. Check it. We've still got a lot of water in here. So I am going to crank up the heat just a bit. Put that in between medium and high. Give it a stir. Nothing is sticking. We're going to cover it back up, set the timer for another 10 minutes, and check it again. Okay, so we went another 10 minutes. The water is starting to cook down. So turning up the heat between medium and high did the trick. And again, when you want this water to cook all the way down, so I am going to this time set the timer for 5 minutes and see where we're at. Okay, so the water has cooked down. Again, I am prepping, so there is a little bit of water left. I'm going to go ahead and pull mine now so I can put it in a container, because when it's time to serve, I can just go ahead and put it back on the stove and let the water cook down and heat it, and it'll be just fresh like I just made it. So right now, again, I'm going to pull this, but if you are making this and planning to go ahead and serve it, you're going to want all of the water to cook down before you serve. Okay, so my corn is in a prep container. I'm going to let it cool down a bit before I put the lid on it, but I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Since this is completely cooked, I will put it in a saucepan or back in the same skillet when I'm ready to serve this. And I'll let it go probably for about 5 minutes to heat it and get rid of the rest of that water, and then it is ready to go. I hope that you enjoy this fried corn recipe. Let me know how yours turns out, and I hope you and your family enjoy it. Again, happy holidays, and thank you for watching my holiday prep series.
We have reached the end of the holiday prep series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you and your family enjoy all of these recipes and continue to use them over the years. I will be sharing next week a New Year's feast where I will feature my almost famous collard greens as well as black eyed peas, because we all need luck and money to buy these high groceries. Again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content. I cannot wait to cook with you guys again. Please let me know in the comments how your holiday feast turned out. Again, the full grocery list for the holiday feast is in the turkey and gravy video, and I have added the link in the caption as well as the grocery list for this specific recipe. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to cook with you again very soon. Happy holidays!